Mr. Cumberbatch, longtime fan of your work. Hope you're doing fine.
Thank you, Francisco. You too. I hope you're well.
First off, congratulations on your new film, and thank you for taking a little bit of your time to talk to me. I appreciate it.
Very welcome. Very welcome.
So, sir, one of the things I really enjoyed about this film is that it explores beautifully some serious, deep themes such as sexuality, masculinity, toxic relationships, and other stuff. Which of these themes were you most excited to delve into and explore through your performance as Phil Burbank, and why?
It's weird because you don't think of a character thematically. I don't, at least. I kind of just want to explore the truth of his personal journey. But yeah, as a sort of audience member and a reader of the script initially, those themes that you mentioned are very strong and draw you in. But first and foremost, I think, as well as the themes, is just the richness of the story and the era. It's an incredible psychological thriller, four-hander quartet set in this extraordinary period of American history, the sort of turn of, 1925, this massive shift towards mechanization and everyone pulling away from the past and things changing within the landscape and the country, and Phil holding on to the past, George going to the future, and then everything that snowballs from those positions. And yet, I see that now. And in talking about this film, I've talked a lot about toxic masculinity and about Phil's damaged child, really, this arrested development that results in that bitter, twisted, malignant behavior, which I think it's important to examine the reasons behind it. I always do as an actor. I don't like to think that any of the characters I play deserve anything other than that, because they don't exist in the ether as something untouched by things that have made them what they are. And whether the backstory or the understanding of them is in the foreground of the film or underneath the tip of the iceberg doesn't really matter to me. I just think it's important to kind of live in those questions and really kind of delve into them to understand what makes a character do what they do.
So throughout your career, you've played some iconic pop culture characters on screen, and then you come and also give us such an incredible character in Phil Burbank, one that's complex and has so many layers to play with. So what was the biggest challenge when getting into this role? And with this role in mind, do some roles become much more personal than others to you?
Yeah, they do. To answer the last part, yes, they do. This is very personal because of my relationship with Jane, because of lockdown, because of New Zealand being so far from home, but with my family, with my portable home, so to speak, and the nature of this material as well. It will forever be, I think, a very, very rich memory for me, for many reasons. I wake up every day and pinch myself at how lucky I am in many, many, many regards. But with my job, the gig I've got, it's an absolute gift. And I'm always wary of talking about the challenges of a role. I embrace those. I enjoy them. They're meat and drink for me. They're the things that motivate me to try to exceed expectation or my own sort of limits and go further and deeper than I've done before. And I think Jane really, really helped facilitate that. We had a long time, which is rare for me. I'm often, like I've said before, build the aeroplane as it's taking off rather than having any kind of runway. And she gave me a few months, and we had lots of discussions in person for a couple of weeks. She gave me dude camp to kind of inure myself and just kind of absorb into the world of being on a ranch and what that is, what that real work is now, and how it connected to the work of 1925 ranching. And to meet some incredible characters, which fed in, I'm sure, to Phil and Bronco and all the characters of the story. And then, banjo lessons, all the other kind of skills that this amazingly adept human being mastered. And I had to at least kind of, feel I owned a little bit of in order to stand there on screen and be him. And then she let me be him. She introduced me as Phil, not as Ben, to the crew. So I'm quite apologetic and a bit of a people pleaser, but with Phil, I could just kind of go, you know what, this is what I'm going to be like to work with today. This is it. This is the character. And that's very freeing. So that helped with a lot of the obstacles or the challenges, I suppose. An amazing experience all around.
Sir, you are fantastic in this. I think it's your best work so far. So congratulations again, and thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Stay safe, sir.
Thank you. You too.